Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. In the previous video, we have seen how to name the grid lines, also the row tracks and also this column tracks also we have seen it. There is also another method. So first we have designed this layout using the grid line numbers, and afterwards we have named the grid lines and we have developed this website layout. And there is also another method, that is using the grid area. So naming the grid area. So here this one is called as in grid area and these are all called as in grid areas. So we can also name the grid areas, and using the grid area we can develop the website layout. I will try to show you how we can design this one using the grid area. So right now if you try to see here, right now we are having template rows. So how many are there? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there are 4 rows. And here we are having 3 plus 1. There are 4 columns. So that means it is nothing but an 4 by 4. So here for naming this 4 by 4, what we need to do is, first we need to use grid hyphen template hyphen areas. So we need to select grid hyphen template hyphen areas. Now we are having 4 by 4, right? So here you can say something like 4 by 4, right? So first one. So here you need to mention each grid area. So that means here we are having 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 grid areas we are having. So the first grid area, the first row is header, total header. 4 rows, 4 columns completely are headers. So what I can say here, I can name this one using something like head, head, head and also the head. So that means I am taking one name so that everything, the 4 columns is covered with a head thing. So here I can press enter, or otherwise there is no need to press enter also. Just I am trying to show you in a clear manner. So here I can take something like here another one, the second row. I am taking the second row. The second row, how it is? So here you are having box 1, box 2, box 3 and the second one is the sidebar. So I can write it something like box 1, box 2, box 3 and sidebar. I can write it like this. So next again press enter. So the third row if you try to see here, what we are having, the three columns we are having the main and the last one is side. So let's try to name it. So here I am naming this sidebar as a side. You can name whatever you want it. Box 1, box 2, box 3 I am taking it. And here I will take the name main content as main, 3 are main and the last one is the side. Sidebar, right? So I named this one sidebar as a side. So the last one is the last row, the fourth row is nothing but footer. Footer, everything is footer. Let's try to write it as foot. So here I will write footer, foot like this. I will try to take like this. That's it. So now we have named all the grid areas with a name. So now using this grid areas name, we can also design the layout. For example, header is there, right? So header means at the top one. So instead of writing this grid column, you can write something like grid hyphen area. So you can write grid hyphen area. So what is the area? Head. So you can write it like this, head. That's it. So head means the total top one it will take. Wherever you are having the head area name as the head, it will the header will be occupied. And here this is the main content, right? So you can remove these all the things and you can write it grid hyphen area is equal to main. That's it, main content. Sidebar, right? Sidebar means grid hyphen area is equal to side, right? Side. So I can write it as side, grid hyphen area. Side. So footer, right? Footer means grid hyphen footer, right? Grid hyphen area is equal to foot. I can write it like this. That's it. So now we have designed the layout. If you try to see the output, see the output will look one and the same only. So this is how we can design the layout using the grid areas also. For example, let's say that header we can remove up to here, only we can take it up to 3 columns only. So how can we take it is, so for example here we can remove this one and you can keep a dot. So that means we are not we don't want to occupy here. We are keeping that area as a no name. So we are not giving any name to this one. See here what has happened. Header has taken up to here only, but small box one has moved to up. So if you don't want to move up means, so let's try to assign the area for this one also. So assigning the area for this one means what I can do. So here I can write small hyphen box hyphen 1. Sorry, small hyphen box hyphen 1 and here I can write grid hyphen area is equal to box 1. It will take box 1, sorry, box 1, and small hyphen box hyphen 1 is completed, right? Small hyphen box hyphen 2, small hyphen box hyphen 3. So this one is 2 and this one is 3. So box 2 and also this one is box 3. That's it. So box hyphen 1, box hyphen 2, box hyphen 3 is there, right? So now if you try to see header, so there is gap left over here. So like this you can decide how to give the gap. For example, header I want to give the gap for at the first also. So what I can do here I can keep the dot. So now head is occupied only in the middle two columns only. If you try to see the output, see head is occupied between the middle two columns only. And the main, in the similar way, the main content sidebar, however you want to make, you can make it. Sidebar, if I want to move it to the top, means from header onwards, if you want to get it start, means so what can I do here at the top? So here I can give side. Now see what will happen. The output, if you try to see sidebar is starting from the top. So like this you can name the grid areas and you can design the website layout very easily. In the same manner, footer also you can remove it. So if I want to remove last one, means so I can keep the dot here, and if you try to see here like this. And one thing what I want to tell you is, so one thing you need to remember is, so whenever you are trying to name the grid areas, make sure that you need to name each area. So you should name each area. For example, if I forgot to keep the dot here, so here I have given, so right now the areas, the column and rows are 4 by 4, but here I have given 4 by 3, something like that. Footer I didn't given the fourth area. I haven't given the name for the fourth column in the footer. Now if you try to see here, the design has been collapsed. So this is one concept which you need to remember while we are giving the grid area names. Must and should we need to name each and every content. So if you don't want to name the content, means so you can simply keep the dot. So that means, so here you don't want to keep the content. So here if you try to see sidebar 2 only it is taking, and here we are the sidebar is not occupying. Why? Because we haven't given the name, so we have given a dot. So like this also we can plan it. So this is all about the grid template area. So this is also one of the method, another method how we can design the website layout, or how we can structure the grid thing using by assigning the names for the grid areas. So these are all the grid areas. So we are assigning names for each grid area and we are trying to place it using the grid hyphen area. So like this grid hyphen area, head, box 1, box 2, box 3, main, side, and the foot. Like this if you place it, so each and every one you can able to understand it. So this is the third method. So how we can how we have developed the website layout structure. This is the third method. First method is using the grid line numbers, we have used it. And the second method is naming the grid lines. So here we are naming the grid lines, we have did it. And the last one is the naming the areas. So now grid template areas, we have named the areas and we have used it to design the website layout structure. So this is all about how about the grid area, naming the grid areas. Hope you understood about this one. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.